that is network analysis. Here we will start. Here we will cover topics like introduction, what is network analysis, then advantages, then different network technique names, then some terms used in network analysis. This much I will cover today in this class. So initially, what is network analysis? Network analysis is a technique through which we can study the operation or production process in industries with the help of some network diagram. Then why this network diagram is required? Because we have this bar charts and all other charts are there. Before this, we have studied different charts and all these things in the chapter statistical quality control. In statistical quality control chapter, you have gone through this type of charts through which you can analyze the process. Apart from that, now why this network analysis is required? Because through bar charts and all these type of charts, they have some limited information they will give you. From one bar chart, you will get a certain kind of information. If you need some other type of information, then you have to go for another one bar chart on the same process. As a whole, looking at a glance on the chart, you cannot determine lots of other dimensions apart from main dimension on which this bar chart is focused. So, network analysis technique is required, or it is more advantageous, as because it can give lots of information from the network diagram you prepare. Moreover, you can have better control on the production system. You can have better control of the production system or process. Our main aim of this network analysis or statistical quality control is to have control over production. So through bar chart, you have some control, but in proper way, through network analysis, you will have better control on the process of production. What are the other advantages and all these things? There are lots of advantages are given in your sheets, so you can go through that. So main thing is that network analysis is much more advantageous than bar charts or other P charts, net charts are there. Over that, our network analysis technique is much more advantageous. Then you have network technique names. There are different network techniques or network analysis techniques. One is PART, program evaluation and review technique. One is CPM, critical path method technique. Then RAMS technique, then PEP technique, OPEC technique, then MAP technique, RPSM technique, and lots of other things are there. That type of other things are there. So we will come to this part, CPM, RAMS later on. Here only we have got some names of different network techniques. Next one is, what are the terms used in network analysis? Whatever technique you will follow, like whether you are following PART technique or whether you are following CPM technique or you are following RAMS technique, irrespective of this, there are some common terms used in network analysis. Those terms are like, one is event, one is activity, then critical path, then EST, EFT, LFT, LST, then flow, total flow, and lots of other terms are there. So let's come to these terms one by one. One is your event and one is activity. Now, activity is something which is covered by two events. So activity is denoted through an arrow, through a line and an arrow. This is activity. And on the either side, you have two events. So activity is, suppose opening the door. Activity is opening the door. Then event is on the either side of the door, you will first stand up and push. Then door will open, you will get in and after that you will close it. So at that time your getting in is the activity. What activity you have done? You got into the room. That is the activity. What are the event? Two events. One is pushing the door, then after coming up you get in, then you push the door back. So two events and activity is one. What activity? You got or you get in the room. But two events, one is open the door and closing the door. So one is opening the door, and after that once you get in, you have closed the door. Door is now in the previous position. So these two events give one activity getting in. So from here you see what you have done here. You have done what is the activity? Getting in. What are the events? One is opening the door, second is closing the door. These are some instantaneous representation of this one. So this event will not consume time, this event will not consume time. This will consume time. So event does not consume time. Moreover, event does not consume resources. Time, energy, money, all these things. Event does not consume anything. But activity consumes. Activity is represented in network analysis technique through a line with arrow marking. And event is represented through circles. And name of the event written inside the circles. Here we have done one, we have written it 1 and 2. 1 is opening the door or pushing the door to open. 2 is after getting in. 2 is closing the door again. So event is this and this is event, in between this is activity. So these are the terms events and activity. Next one is critical path. In critical path is that particular path through which maximum time is consumed, where time consumption is maximum. For example, from your home to college, you can come through part 1. Part 1 takes 10 minutes. You can come through part 2, it takes 15 minutes. And there is another part 3, it takes 20 minutes. It takes 20 minutes. In this case, your critical activity will be 20 minutes. Your project time or your project, if we ask that what is your project time? Project time is route 1 will give 10 minutes. Through route 2, this whole project will consume 15 minutes. Through route 3, this whole project of coming from your home to college will take 20 minutes. Now, if I ask what is your project time, you cannot say 10 minutes because somebody may come through the second route, so he will take 15 minutes, or somebody come through route number 3, it will take 20 minutes. So ultimately you have to allow total of 20 minute time for someone to come from his home to college. But if it exceeds 21, if exceeds 20 minutes, then it is delayed. If it takes 18 minutes, then also it is okay, because though he has crossed this 15-minute target, but he may be following this route. So we have to wait up to 20 minutes of time. After 20 minutes, we will check it out whether process is done in time or whether it is delayed. So here this critical time is, or critical time or critical activity or critical activity time or critical path is this part, this third part which is taking 20 minutes of time. Similarly, what is critical activity? In activity here you will get critical activity. Critical activity is that particular activity. Once that critical activity is delayed, the whole project duration will be delayed. Critical critical activity is that particular activity. Activity means this one, or some other activity, not those some other activities, like this. So critical activity is that particular activity. If delayed, whole project will be affected. There are some activities are there. If it delayed little bit also, project will be completed in time. But there are certain activities are there which you cannot delay by a single instant. Otherwise, this whole project will get delayed. So that is critical activity. Next one is earliest start time and earliest finishing time. Earliest start time means to start the project, you are starting from your home to college at 9. So your earliest start time is 9 a.m. in the morning. Or by doing something else, or you are busy, you could not start at 9, but still you have to start at 9:10. 9 a.m. 10 minutes. That means your latest start time will be 9:10. Your earliest start time is 9. Similarly, earliest finishing time is 3 p.m. College will close at 3 p.m. So earliest finishing time is 3 p.m. Sometimes it may be delayed by 5-10 minutes. So latest finishing time is 3:50. Like that, each activity will be assigned one earliest start time and one latest start time. For each activity, you will get one earliest start time, one latest start time. There is a allowances of certain time frame. That allowance on one side it is earliest time, the other side of the allowance it is latest finishing or latest start time. So then it comes flow. If you start from your college at sharp at 9 a.m., then also if you start from your home sharp at 9 a.m., you reach college at 9:30 a.m. And if you start at 9:5 also, still you can reach at 9:30. If you start from your home at 9 a.m. sharp, then also you are reaching college at 10. If you are starting at 9:15 also, then also you reaching at college sharp at 10. That means your earliest start time is 9 a.m. Latest start time is 9:15 a.m. If you start by 9:20, you will reach by 10:10. So you will be late in college. So that 15 minutes is the allowances. That 15 minutes is the time frame which you can utilize. Now, this 15 minutes is called float. One can start at 9 a.m., one can start at 9:15 a.m., but both are reaching at 10 a.m. So this is earliest start time is 9 a.m. and latest start time is 9:50 a.m. Difference between two is 15 minutes. That 15 minutes is the float for this activity. That 15 minutes is the float for this particular activity. And each activity will have some floats. Say here it is 15 minutes, here it is 5 minutes, here it is 7 minutes, here it is 3 minutes. Together adding up, you will get a total float for the total process. That will be called total float. So these are the basics of network analysis. In next class or in next presentation, we will go for network analysis technique or drawing one network analysis diagram. Thank you.